Hello, sorors. I'm Congresswoman Nikema Williams, and I bring you greetings on behalf of Georgia's 5th Congressional District. Thank you so much for inviting me to join your Social Action Forum. I'm proud to be among the first and the finest on Capitol Hill. Know that I'm working hard alongside our soror colleagues in Congress, but we can't achieve the changes that we seek without your voices too. As the first Black woman to serve my district in Congress, I understand my unique assignment. I'm operating in a system that was not designed by or for people who look like me, so I've dedicated my service to changing the system. Earlier this year, the House passed the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. It's time to end police brutality and racial profiling, eliminate qualified immunity, and build greater trust between law enforcement and communities. When I voted in support of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, at the top of my mind was my very energetic 6-year-old son, Carter. I'm fighting for a world where he and every other Black man, woman, and child know that without a shadow of a doubt that their lives matter. We must do everything that we can to right the wrongs of police brutality and excessive force. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is a strong start, but we can't stop at the police reform. This is a conversation about ensuring true safety for all, no matter their skin color, zip code, or money in their bank account. We're done dying at the hands of a justice system that was never designed to protect people who look like us. We're also done having our voices silenced at the ballot box. In 2020, we played by their rules and we won, y'all. And now we're facing a relentless assault on the right to vote around the country. 49 states, including my home state of Georgia, introduced or passed legislation to make it more difficult for people, especially people of color, to vote. But make no mistake, this is a threat to our democracy, and we have to give our all to stop it. Late in August, the House passed H.R. 4, the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Soror Terry Sewell, Alabama's own representative, carried the legislation, and I was proud to be an original co-sponsor. H.R. 4 restores the critical protections of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This is how we stop states from enacting Jim Crow 2.0. In the absence of Voting Rights Act protections, states have passed restrictive laws, including voter roll purges, restrictions on mail-in voting, and elimination of polling places. In Georgia, they recently passed SB 202, which makes it a crime, y'all, to give water to voters standing in line to vote. This is unacceptable, and it's time for the federal government to set a standard that ensures free and fair access to the ballot box. H.R. 4 is part of the national standard, but it can't stand alone. We also need H.R. 1, the For the People Act, and we don't have much time to wait. 2022 is right around the corner, and it's going to take both bills together to stop the assaults on our voting rights. When I spoke on the floor in support of H.R. 4, I told my colleagues this: if you ever wondered where you would have been and what you would have done during the civil rights movement, this is your opportunity to find out. This is our civil rights moment, and none of us can afford to be on the sidelines. This is our moment to fight for what my mentor and predecessor, Congressman John Lewis, nearly lost his life for on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Congressman Lewis fought his entire life to protect the right to vote. He wrote the first 300 pages of the voting rights legislation, H.R. 1. We can honor that legacy by doing everything that we can to get that legislation to President Joe Biden's desk for signature. If we tap into our collective power and refuse to back down, we can make that bill signing a reality. And I know that when that day comes, Congressman Lewis will be looking down on us, doing his famous happy dance from heaven. So I hope that you're ready to get to work. All the things that help our communities thrive are on the line. Affordable housing is on the line. Healthcare is on the line. Economic justice is on the line. And all roads lead back to protecting voting rights. So thank you to everyone who worked so hard to put together this important forum, and to everyone who came out to learn where they need to plug in. It's time for each of us to speak up, stand up, and find a way to get in the way. Now let's go make some good trouble, necessary trouble together.